G'day everyone, it's Tim8U here with another tier list. I've once again enlisted my mate Mitch to help me make a fairy type tier list this time. They will be judged according to our own random arbitrary opinions. Some consideration will be given to how they are competitively, but generally it'll just be about their design. Not all points that we made will be covered in the video because we didn't want to keep you guys here for over an hour and a half. Let's get cracking. Clefairy.
Well, I mean, look at Clefairy. I mean, we're talking OG, normal type.
Actually, that's something worth bringing up, right? The going back and making these old gen Pokemon fairy, I think is a great idea. It's probably done from a type diversity point of view. But when I saw Clefairy, I always thought it looked so abnormal for a normal Pokemon. The fairy type fits it perfectly. In fact, I kind of want to put it A.
You kind of, or you definitely do?
No, I definitely do. I'm just going to put it A.
Small pink blob is always a positive.
Yeah. There's just some personality in the face. And then Clefables, the continuation on. I've always liked Clefairy more than I've liked Clefable.
I think so too. I think there is a cute factor that we have to involve ourselves. Wonky face.
That's pretty much it. It's the cute face that turns the little bit wonky that demotes it for me. When in reality, it's like the same body.
I think you're right.
Galarian Ninetales. If we just take it as a fairy type alone, I'd still make a strong case for S.
Yeah. And if we go back to like the ice type one we did, like it's S for a reason. It is just as much of a fantastical ice creature as it is just the pinnacle of what something mysterious and beautiful. And that's what sort of fairies are all about. Things that aren't common.
Right. Jigglypuff. Oh, Jiggly.
Oh, Jiggly.
For me, and this is like, it's such a weird thing, I see this so much more as a normal Pokemon than a fairy. Yeah. But I appreciate why it has the fairy typing. It gets some cute points. I think it's better than Clefable.
Jigglypuff and even Wigglytuff just don't give off that, like, they're obviously cute, but not the fairy fantastical creature.
Yeah.
Although, those eyes.
And luckily for Wigglytuff, it keeps those eyes. To the point where I don't think I'd drop it down to C.
I kind of like Wigglytuff. This is a special creature. I like it. It's just kind of elongated. It just looks a little bit more almost like that bunny vibe that they're going off. I think as the years have gone on, I've liked Wigglytuff more. And Wigglytuff always takes like good precedent, like in the anime and in games.
Alright. Galarian Rapidash. I actually don't mind it. The whole unicorn aesthetic, it was always going to happen.
One day, yeah. It was always going to happen. Like, they really went all out with it. There is a time and a place, I think, to go there with like an out there design. I think going the full, like whoever designed this watches too much My Little Pony.
I honestly think I want to put it in C.
From a type percentage, you're right. Like even the strength in game, very absolutely dominate almost everything in the game. C, you're right. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll live.
Alright, I actually love Galarian Weezing.
So do I.
This is like the personification of those fat cats that like started the Industrial Revolution, and I love it.
I am all in for it as well.
I actually want to put it there. I love it. It's no Ninetales, but I just love it.
Oh, no. But you know what? Like we're talking about like there's a time and a place for those like out there designs. Like this was the time. They did the right thing here.
Mr. Mime.
Does that sigh give it away?
No, so this is my thing. I sigh because I pause going, I really like Mr. Mime as a psychic Pokemon. I love the premise of it. I hate, like, it's ugly as sin.
Yes.
Like, let's get that out of the way. But the actual premise of a Mime Pokemon that creates barriers by miming is a really cool idea. It looks terrible. It's a really cool idea, but it freaks me out. I don't like looking at it. If you think about Pokemon evolving from creatures, it has evolved curled feet.
Leave it in C. You know what? He's cool because he serves Ash's mum in the anime.
Yeah, he does.
Psychic fairies. He is what he is. That is a human being eternally tortured. Leave it there for the meme factor.
Okay. Cleffa. I like Cleffa.
I also like Cleffa.
I don't think Cleffa's better than...
No, you know what?
Question
These
about?
two baby Pokemon are terrible.
Is it as good as these other three designs? No. If I put them together, I want to do that straight away. In fact, I kind of want to do that. They don't belong on the same line as those three, I think. But I don't think Mr. Mime belongs on the same line as them. At least these get cute points.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. They do get those sort of like cute points.
Alright,
Togepi.
Togepi.
I mean, I don't know. Is this controversial? Chuck it into S. Togepi is not only the OG egg Pokemon. There's something like, I must protect this thing. And you're not sure what it's going to grow into, and all it does is it screams. Like, you think about, you know, Togepi, you think Metronome.
So
even
good.
more so than Clefairy. Like, Togepi, for some reason, Togepi doing Fire Blast is, like, hilarious.
Love it.
And then when, like, I love Togetic so much. Its evolution is just, once again, like, it's this interesting design. It's like, where are we going here? It's growing like little wings. It's sending this little angel thing. I love that it kind of like maintains the shell around its body. Like, this is such good evolution design. And obviously, like, the normal flying originally, but once it gained fairy, like, fairy flying is so much fun. Yeah.
I don't like the design that much though, dude. I would be inclined to put it into B.
I agree with that.
Okay, Marill. Another Pokemon they went back and changed into fairy. As a water type, I love it. As a water type, it's an excellent design. The float ball, I think, is really cute. It's a cute water type. It's perfect.
As a water fairy, that Pokemon, I think, should be moved up a tier. That Pokemon is more cute and more special than Clefairy, and of course has the awesome ability of huge power.
I'm just sort of comparing the two. I reckon I like Clefairy more as the fairy type. Marill is a cuter Pokemon, but not because of its fairy. I like the water aspect of it. It's the fact that it has a float ball to swim.
Okay, I get it. I think when you respect the idea of like what a fairy type is, and as a Marill, I have an absolute infatuation for. I think this Pokemon is magnificent. I think it is once again a great evolution, having huge power Aquajet. Like we seriously compare it to like Wigglytuff right now. Yep.
And I like it. I'm trying to figure out. Well, I don't know if I'd put it A. I actually like these three more than it. I like it more than Jigglypuff though.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
All right, Snubbull. This is one of those things, right? Is I liked Snubbull more when it was a normal.
Yeah, and I would own one of these in real life. It's both has this sort of like femininity with this beautiful like pink coloration, this kind of almost like a skirt design, but then this really aggressive
face.
Face of just like I'm here to kick ass and take names. I think that is an A tier Pokemon. And then Granbull.
Granbull I've never liked.
You know what? Like as a normal type, it's cool. As a fairy type, that is probably on this list, arguably the most aggressive looking fairy type. It is there to take names.
Yeah, so from an aggressive point of view from fairy, yeah, it gets some points. I wouldn't put it higher than Jigglypuff in B.
I'll allow it.
Okay, Ralts.
I want to put this whole line. I want to put them all in A. I think the whole line is just like.
I was going to do this, and let's do the line minus the Mega for now. I was going to do this. I have always found Curlier to have weirder looking sprites, and I don't know why it is. I think it's just the long legs and the little skirt that fans out. As a fairy type, it makes a lot of sense because it's like a weird looking thing. It's weird. They're all weird in a way.
Yeah, they're all weird in their own way, but the whole entire, I think that's what makes them cool. They're sort of like eerie and strange and once again fantastical when they've added in that fairy design. The way it keeps the sort of red, awesome stuff. And then when we look at Mega Gardevoir, like perfect evolution, amazing abilities, super strong.
And then this is the thing, right? Gardevoir is really graceful looking, and then I think Mega Gardevoir sort of takes it to the next level. I appreciate Borgown.
Yeah, Borgown is high.
Also, 165 special attack with Pixelate.
Actually delicious.
I think that's the spot. In fact, actually, I think that needs to trump Galarian.
Yeah, I think so too. Azurill, as a normal fairy, right? It doesn't have water.
I guess the idea for it is it doesn't know how to swim yet, so that's why it doesn't have the water type, and that's also why it has the float ball that's really big. It gets cute points. It does get more cute points than those two. From a fairy point of view, I still think it's low.
It's kind of boring. Marill trumps it in every way. All it has really going for it is cute. It's.
I think that's there. I think if we put that any lower, there'd be people that are like, no.
Mawile is interesting. You know, as a Pokemon that I always wish was like more interesting, but isn't. Kind of always saddened by that.
I've never liked it as a steel type. When they made it a fairy, it made a lot more sense.
Yeah. a secretive Pokemon that you have hiding in a cave.
I think the Fairy Edition made that Pokemon actually make any sort of sense.
Yeah. And I do really love how you can't really see it, but it does have this sort of cute face to it, and it being sort of like almost this Venus flytrap just makes it, I don't know, just that extra little bit like, okay, there's mystery here, there's a lore behind his face. It's cool. B, I think it's where it belongs.
There, though, in B.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Mawile makes me sad.
Mega Mawile makes you sad.
You know why? It has huge power. Hell yes. Give me base 210 attack. But it shouldn't be a Mega. This should just be what Mawile has as an evolution. Do I think as a Fairy type it looks cool? Yeah.
I think its coloration gets better. Its design gets better. It's a perfect sequel, arguably redesigned to an interesting Pokemon. I actually have a look at that and I find that so interesting. And having a huge power, monster attack stat, absolutely monstrous. And being Steel Fairy, so interesting as well. So many different type resistances.
I think when you compare the two of them, I like Mega Mawile more.
You know, I think that Azumarill is a gatekeeper. And
that looks better. Alright, Mega Altaria.
S.
I put it straight to S.
I know you already put it there, but this is the Pokemon that should straight up be an evolution to Altaria. This is a magnificent. This is pseudo legendary tier. You know, if this was Altaria's actual evolution, that is a pseudo legendary.
The tail on Altaria I always thought was the weakest part of it.
Yeah.
That just sort of fans out at the end. This now becomes this long flowing tail, and it looks so good.
So good. I mean, I just don't feel like there's much more to say. You're talking about a Pokemon that just looks better, is better, deserves to be better, in every single possible way.
Moving on to Mime Jr.
Yeah, there's something about the baby Pokemon that really are cool. I mean, I think Mime Jr is better than Mr. Mime. It looks more of a Pokemon that isn't suffering.
Do I like it more than these two? Yeah, I think I do.
But Azurill, it really fits in with the baby Pokemon vibe.
Do I like it more than Mawile?
No. Leave it there for sure. Now, Togekiss, sorry. This should be jumping up all the way into the A tier. But we're looking at this magnificent flying Pokemon that has an awesome ability. It has an awesome move pool. It has great stats. It has a wonderful typing, and once again, when we're looking at the design point of view, it's kind of this encapsulation of this Togetic sort of growing into this final angel sort of form.
Togepi going into Togetic always felt unfinished. I love that it still has the egg coloration on it. I think that's an excellent Pokemon. Okay, Mega Audino.
It's so weird that it's here, but you know what? Should have been an evolution. This thing is great.
This looks like a Fairy type. Normal Audino 100% looks like a normal type.
Yeah, and this thing looks quite cool.
It's probably, I like it more than Jigglypuff as a Fairy type.
Yep.
This is a Fairy type. You see it and you go, that's Fairy.
Yep.
I almost want to put it up there. There's actually funny, there's very few Pokemon that we've put in here that you could look at and go, that is a Fairy type, and that is one of them. You know what? I want to do that. Right, Cottonee. I'm putting it straight in C.
Yeah, you know what? Put in D. That is a boring design.
It is a boring design.
That is just a nothing Pokemon. That's 110% true. And it's just whatever. I really do like Whimsicott though.
Yeah, I think Wigglytuff's better.
Yeah, I agree. I also like it's got Prankster. Really fun move. Really fun ability, I should say. Yeah. I wish they were all Glass Fairy. Honestly, I really like the first one. I can really like Vorges and the second one. Just honestly, just need to have a relook. I don't really like Vorges just from the perspective of its sort of legs. I'm not really sure what's going on there. The first one's cute. I think the first one could sit in B, especially with how small
Flabébé.
It is Flabébé. Thank you.
It makes sense as a fairy as well. When you consider fairies are sort of thinking, you think small flying creature that hides amongst flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So in this type, it's taken on the form of the flower as well.
Yeah, B. The rest can just go into C. Forgettable.
Floette, I don't think adds anything. And then Florgas.
C. Yeah. Put it in bottom C. boring Pokemon.
Again, I actually don't like it. I like it less than anything in C, I think, so far.
Yeah, I agree. Now, these guys, Spritzee, D. No, E. That's terrible. It's eyes. That's like a demon creature.
Oh, see, dude, I would go D and then E. I think there is a level of cuteness you could argue with that disappears with this.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's probably because it's taking like a weird human pose.
Yeah, especially like the whole like you can see my leg. Like it's just like a super
Alright,
fair.
Swirlix. I'm just gonna put it next to the baby Pokemon.
Nah, that's going straight down to F. That is literally cotton candy. It should not have one leg. You know what? If that thing had 2 little arms and 2 little legs,
it'd be passable.
It'd be possible. But
yeah,
you know what?
I think that's
it's on a
fucking
stick.
right down there.
It is on a stick. That is absolutely horrendous.
Slurpuff. Make your
reason.
argument, because I hate this more.
Oh, I hate this thing so much, but it has Unburden and Belly Drum. Therefore, you can maximize your attack, use a Citrus Berry to double your speed, and then you've got a Pokemon that has double speed and 4 times attack. Just for being able to do that, it gets itself into D. But just Sylveon though.
Okay, so this is
fresh, like literally fresh air right now.
This is the funny thing, right? Same generation.
Yeah, I don't know. Sylveon has that majestic, what we were sort of talking about at the start, that majestic fairy look.
If I slot that right in A, it is definitely better than what's in here. You could make a strong argument for S. The eyes are great, the coloration's perfect. It also has pixelate. I like the blue. I like the white, that it has a little bit different. It has the bow tie and the bow in the hair.
It's sort of got it. I think it's kind of got everything.
That's probably it.
Now, I've never been a huge fan of Pikachu coins. I know that Marill technically is, but Marill goes for a completely different
Marill's
type.
a different type and has a design around it that's interesting with the float ball.
Mm-hmm.
This is just Pikachu again. Give me a reason why this is better, why this is a good design.
It holds its tail in a innocent way.
It gets to D for that.
Now,
Carbink.
I want to say there's something redeeming about it.
I like Carbink.
It just exists.
I'd almost put it in C with the baby Pokemon. It's so funny. There's so many Pokemon that you go, why is that cute? And this is asking the question, why is this thing cute? Because it has no right to be, but for some reason it is. And I think it's just the tiny blue eyes. Alright, Klefki.
This Pokemon needs to die in a fire. I do not care that it has Prankster. I do not care that it has great coverage. And I don't care it has great typing like Morelull.
I hate it. It's literally a set of keys that has a face on it.
Yeah, it's just atrocious.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, Xerneas? I actually like Xerneas. I think Xerneas is an A.
Yeah, look, Xerneas, I want to agree, but I have an issue with it. Its feet don't exist. It walks on swords. And when I see that, I'm like, just give it feet. If you just gave it feet, it would be awesome. I think it deserves a B. I think it needs to go down. Yeah, I think even further than that. I think it's behind Wigglytuff. I think they really screwed the pooch on the horn vibes there.
The horns do look like there's a bit much going on. Anyway, Diancie.
Diancie is fine.
Yeah, I think Diancie's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Mega Diancie is, it's almost hypocritical for us to say, but Gardevoir has a natural evolution into Mega Gardevoir, which kind of looks like it's kind of got that ball gown, as you're sort of saying. But Mega Diancie just suddenly becomes, I'm a fairy princess out of like nowhere, and I think it doesn't deserve that. It doesn't deserve that as an evolution, to grow all these things, to go from it should have like these awesome, amazing pink rocks that are really beautiful.
See, I like Mega Diancie. Not for anything to do with in-game or in the lore, I just think as a fairy rock Pokemon that is a perfect fairy rock type, having crystals rather than like a boulder underneath it. I think Mega Diancie is better than Diancie.
I would not say that at all. I think we're going from this kind of cool little rock organic little thing to just something that is just once again over designed. Hey,
meet in the middle.
Yeah, I think a meeting in the middle is the fairest option there.
Okay, Primarina. I don't
waste
like
of
Prima
a
Marina.
waste of a slot. It's the spikes, the nose, the facial expression,
It's
the way
everything
the,
about it.
the
I
way
didn't
the
like
hair is
Popplio, I
tied.
didn't like Brione, and I don't think this improved anything.
Very, very much in agreement there.
Honestly, I put it next to these things and I'm sort of like, it's in the same boat as a Pikachu clone. It's unnecessary. Rubombi? Sorry, Cutiefly.
You know what? I actually really like it. When you look compared to the other baby Pokemon,
Yeah, that's what I'm
it is
doing.
kind of meh, but I think we talk about this a lot. Organic Pokemon that look like they could exist are, some of our favorites.
They seem to just get points for that. It's probably there. Probably after Togetic.
Yeah, probably there.
Ribombi is where it gets really weird, right? Because this is what a fairy looks like.
It is a literal fairy.
It's
all of a sudden.
literally a fairy, but I don't like it.
It's sad that I actually like. Yeah, I like its first evolution more. Yeah, I think that's right. It is kind of just whatever. Once again, it does kind of start to grow arms in a humanoid way. I think if they went more into the Bumblebee motif, I think we would have had a nicer time.
I don't know how to say this because I think it's Morelull.
Uh,
I hate it. I really do. I don't think there's a redeeming thing for it.
However, it does encapsulate arguably what a fairy is all about. It's purely in its coloration. I would even argue just because of that, it deserves somewhere higher in D.
Then its evolution gives me nightmares.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
the face. The face is horrendous.
Yeah.
The giant illuminated mushroom just doesn't do anything for me.
If its face and also has alien hands.
100% right, but like, E.
Yeah, send it away.
Better than Klefki. Alright, Comfey.
It doesn't matter if it has a cute face. You can't just be a lay. You just can't do that. Put it away.
I assume that it's all meant to be like a tail that it holds onto. From a camouflage point of view, it makes a lot of sense. Like in a flower field, it could just literally hide in them. So it sort of works for that fairy motif of hiding in flower fields. I think as a fairy type, it's probably there. Alright, Mimikyu is, in my opinion, not from a fairy point of view, but an excellent design.
Excellent design. I
This
think it's
is-
the best. And I think lore has to have an impact as well, right? Like the lore of a Pokemon. I think it gives it this sort of interesting design where it's sort of subverting our expectations, literally assuming that it's like a Pikachu when it's clearly not. But also like the fact that it is fairy type as well as ghost type, it makes it unique. Special has that really cool ability in that it gets to shrug off a physical attack.
As a purely fairy typing, I think it's there. When we talk about ghost, it's one of my favorite ghost type.
Oh, is that its right place though? Does it deserve the class of A? It puts in so much effort.
I'll pay it. It's an excellent design, just not as a fairy type, but I need to pay homage to that lore. On a ghost type, it would go in the exact same spot, if not up here somewhere. Right, now we got the Tapus.
I would argue slotting all four of these in the same place.
Think they should go any higher than C, though. There's something about them.
You know what? Tapu Lele is better than Tapu Lele. Yeah.
That.
Yeah, that feels right. That feels right.
Now, if we're actually going to slot it in, I'd probably go, like, there. Okay, Magina. I should like it because it's steel. I guess the idea of it being like a clockwork Pokemon is cool. I don't care, though. I understand what they were going for. It's a good design in concept. If someone pitched it to me and went, hey, we got a steel fairy type, we want to make like a music box, Ballerina style steel Pokemon. You go, yeah, that sounds cool. And then when you see it, you're like, oh, okay.
I've never really been a huge fan of created Pokemon, and it's not terrible design. It's not terrible. I think it just belongs in C.
Yeah, it feels like it belongs in C. It's not as bad as Mr. Mime. I really dislike Hatterene.
I do love that it's a little Pokemon that is hiding amongst hair, and everything else is like jelly tentacles to make it look bigger.
See, I like it from the sense of it kills things for showing too much emotion to it. Like, it's a brutal Pokemon. Like, the idea is it's a forest witch, but I just don't like its design. Like, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying like, oh, it's a D, it's an E. I just don't think it's an A. I think it's about there. I actually think Galarian Rapidash is a better fairy type, appearance-wise, than it.
Its Gigantamax is give or take. Put it next to it.
Impidimp.
You know what? That's a D.
It is probably around Primarina level. In fact, it's worse than the Pikachu clone. I hate Morgrem even more The reason I dislike Morgrim is it looks like an angsty teenager.
Put it away. Put it in E. Put it away, you know. Grimmsnarl is all the way in high B. The fact that it grows hair. We're talking about the lore making Pokemon cooler. And Grimmsnarl having hair grow all its body for its attacks. Oh my goodness. Those Pokemon are so lucky that they ended up somewhere cool, you know.
It also looks like a forest creature. Like something that would inhabit like a dark woods. And for that I can get around it. Gigantamax though. This honestly should have just been its design.
Yeah.
I really like its Gigantamax. Like, I'd almost say its Gigantamax is an A.
Yeah, it almost has some sort of dark superhero vibe.
Milcery and Alcremie.
Yeah, do not base Pokemon off food anymore.
No, I'm so over
Stop
food
pandering.
Pokemon.
Stop it.
And then it's Gigantamax. I like what they did with the Gigantamax of going, let's just take it to the freaking extreme and make it wedding cake. E.
Yeah. Nah, see you later. See you later. Zacian.
Let's hit off Hero of Many Battles form. So no sword.
Yeah, that's S.
Simple base fairy. You came across this in the woods? Again, you're talking about this forever.
The way its fur moves over, the braid that it has, I know that it's meant to be like battle damage, but it just looks like an ancient Pokemon. And once again, the fact that it's base fairy lends credence to the idea that it's just this legendary forest dwelling creature.
It's just a protector that's laid down arms. It's the retired soldier. I actually really like Crown Sword form, but I like it because I love Sif from Dark Souls.
I do too.
I think it's an A. I don't think it's an S though.
If it had the sword and the crown, I wonder if it's the wings that make it over designed.
If you compare the two of them, if you got rid of the wings and put them down the flank like horse barding, then we have a Pokemon.
I agree.
Then we have a knight. It's good. It's not the same as that, but I honestly think from a fairy point of view, it becomes way more steel than fairy, and it gets to like there.
Once we get those like accented wings, I actually think it would look cool without them.
Yeah, I could see that. Getting rid of them. I'd actually get rid of them and leave the braid.
Yeah, the braid is excellent though.
You know what? The more I look at this, the more I want to do like that. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Thanks for helping me out with this one, Mitch. Now, if you disagree with anything we've put in this tier list, please consider chucking in a comment down below. I like a bit of back and forth, maybe some hot takes. Please also consider liking and subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching. Cheers.